I sat back and watched this train wreck happen. I call it a train wreck because there's a saying, it's like a train wreck. You want to look away, but you can't. This whole thing was an experience in watching how things transpire as it happened. Let me start by saying that I used to look forward to Doc's streams. If I missed them, I would watch the posted video later on that night. Doc would make me laugh and at times would annoy the crap out of me.
Slammed in the damn that ran in the flipping in the monotone. Fortnite is forever. Fortnite is forever.
Regardless, he was always entertaining. The dominoes started to fall when Doc seemed to be looking at his phone, and then you could see in his face, his mind was going 100 miles an hour trying to decide on what to do next. It has been speculated that he was looking at his phone, reading that Midnight Society was dropping him. It wasn't too long after that they made it public they were cutting ties with him. Things got crazy after that because people that backed Doc, who didn't have any information at all, were condemning Midnight Society. Of course, the rest of the dominoes started to fall when he made that damning admission. As you saw, sponsors started cutting ties with him left and right. I was wondering what YouTube was going to do, and as you can see, they demonetized him. Of course, all of this is common knowledge at this point. My point behind bringing all this up was to talk about something I have yet to see anybody talk about. It is common for companies to cut ties with somebody when stuff like this happens. But after watching a few statements from popular streamers that streamed with him regularly over the years, I noticed that a strategic way of condemning Doc was done. I have yet to see anybody say, I am cutting ties with Doc. I'm primarily talking about Tim and Nick. Now I started to think that they were leaving the door cracked open just a little bit just to see how things played out. I'm guessing they were thinking maybe Doc can come back from this and they could continue to collaborate with him if things blew over. As time goes on, it is apparent the writing is on the wall. I seriously don't think he can come back from this. If for some reason he tries, he'll probably start streaming on Kick if YouTube continues to not let him monetize his videos. Or even worse, accept donations and memberships into the Championship Club. Of course, there's ways around that like Patreon or a separate website where people can make donations. Even if he can accomplish this, he'll probably never make it to the level of income that he used to make. Then I got to thinking, I don't think this is a case of waiting to see what happens. Even though those statements are a bit vague, Doc's viewers now need to find a new streamer to fill the void. I think the reason why there wasn't a definitive line drawn in the sand stating I don't want to have anything else to do with Doc is they didn't want to alienate themselves from his viewer base. This seems more plausible. I find Tim's statement a little odd. He stated, I cannot support that. No kidding. I think partly it has to do with I don't think he really wanted to believe that this was actually happening. And again, not wanting to alienate Doc's fan base. Another thing I noticed that I haven't seen anybody else talk about, did he dig his own grave with his response? Usually in situations like this, people will have a lawyer create a response for them. Doc's name wasn't even mentioned in the original email that stated all of this. I even saw that Shroud said it was good that he admitted it. Whether he admitted it or not, he was basically screwed. Him admitting it only sped up the process of the inevitable. There were too many people that were privy to the information to get this swept under the rug. Eventually it was going to come out, but it had to be done in a way that followed the legal terms of the NDA. And the journalist had to sit on the information for years because he had to follow protocol in situations like this. Now why did I decide to make this video? I'm not trying to make money from his misery, basically called a bottom feeder. This is just an example of what can happen when people don't follow their common sense. I'm new to making YouTube videos, so I'm not making money off this video. Hopefully eventually I will be making money on YouTube, but by the time this happens, this video will be monetarily worthless. Anyways, I would like to hear what you have to say about what I've talked about. I thank you for stopping by, and take care.